There is a Rockets Hornets trade on Bleacher Report, and I'm not sure if it's a great idea or a horrible idea. The trade is Christian Wood for PJ Washington, Kai Jones, Mason Plumlee, and a 2022 second round pick. Now, I know a lot of Rocket fans are going to see this trade and not see that they're getting any first round draft picks, but you got to remember PJ Washington, Kai Jones, they're very, very promising players. Now, Christian Wood's about to enter year 26, or age 26. Year 2 out of 3 of his contract, he's on probably maybe not the, but one of the best contracts in the entire NBA. I still don't want to trade him. I have not seen enough from Kai Jones. He's a rookie. PJ Washington's a very, very intriguing player. My first glance with this trade is if it was a 2022 first-round pick, this trade would be a lot more enticing to me. Mason Plumlee, that doesn't do much for me. However, it is another big man, but if we're getting rid of Christian Wood, I want some really, really promising players. And Kai Jones might mold himself into a star, but right now, this trade is a little bit more revolved around PJ Washington to me. I would so much rather get a first-round pick. This trade is a no for me, but let's see what they logically have this. Wood would be 26 before the new season starts, putting him and 19-year-old second pick overall, Jalen Green, on different timelines. It's true. Selling high on Wood now gives Houston an exciting young front court that would feature Washington and a pair of 2021 first-round picks in Jones and Alfred Şengün. Plumlee is included for salary matching purposes, but has experience acting as a mentor while with the Detroit Pistons this past season. So if the Rockets actually do this trade, they are fully committing to a rebuild. If you ask me, is Christian Wood going to be traded by the time his contract's up with the Houston Rockets? I'm still banking on no. I still think Christian Wood 2 years from now, I think he'll be at around a $20 million a year player. I don't think he'll be at max money potential. So at 27, 28 years old, to pay Christian Wood in his prime $20 million to put up what he's doing right now, I would do that in a heartbeat. So like I said, I would at least be a lot more intrigued with this trade if it was a 2022 first round pick. But like I said, I really like PJ Washington. Entering his third year, he can do pretty much everything. So if this trade were to actually go through, it is definitely not the end of the world because PJ Washington, he is so versatile. He can play the small forward, he can play the power forward, he can play the center, he can guard multiple positions, he's good on defense, he can shoot the three ball, good energy player. So he is everything. Kai Jones, I think if this were Kai Jones' second season and we had a whole rookie year to look at, then you could probably get a better argument going. But however, Kai Jones, he looked pretty decent in Summer League. I watched a decent amount of the Hornets Summer League games. He looked pretty decent. He didn't look bad. He didn't look like a superstar, but it is Summer League, so take it with a grain of salt. And then that Mason Plumlee, I like the idea of mentorship, but having Daniel Theis and Mason Plumlee on the team, it just doesn't sound that fun to have. I know we have Şengün, I know we have Garuba, and I know we'd get Kai Jones and PJ Washington in this trade, but Daniel Theis and Mason Plumlee locked up for a couple of years? I'm not sure that's in the Rockets' best interest. If they were to trade Christian Wood, they're either going to be looking for a haul like this, or they're going to be looking for value in draft picks. Ideally, you're going to get both. In this trade, I would gladly get rid of Kai Jones and just add a future first-round pick, but Kai Jones is a promising player. I'd almost rather have Kai Jones. If the Rockets do end up trading Christian Wood, they're going to make sure, Rafael Stone is going to make sure his ROI, his return on investment, is very good. But to me, when I view Christian Wood, I'm actually starting to really view Christian Wood as that franchise-esque player. Not necessarily the number one option, maybe not even the number two option. But if you were to tell me 5 years from now, the Rockets won a championship with KPJ, Jalen Green, and Christian Wood as their best three players, I wouldn't call it that crazy. I don't think that's really that far-fetched of a take. KPJ has that really, really promising potential into superstar fan. Like, he could become an actual superstar. Jalen Green, the same exact thing. He could become a superstar. If not, he will be a prolific scorer, averaging close to 20, if not 20 a game right out of the gate. That's what you're going to get with Jalen Green. So Christian Wood, to me, is more of that third option on a championship team. Kind of like, not Kevin Love, but that Kevin Love-esque role. Someone who's there to help stretch the floor, someone who's there for good leadership, good mentorship, has a couple of years of experience under his belt. With PJ Washington and Kai Jones, you just don't get that. Now, hopefully we don't look back at this trade proposal in like 3 years from now when PJ Washington is just won MVP, Kai Jones won Most Improved, and Christian Wood is out of the league. Hopefully we don't come back to bite. Here is one possible, just to play devil's advocate here, one possible reason I would be a little intrigued into this trade is if Christian Wood were to injure his ankle again early on this season or at some point in this season. If Christian Wood injures that ankle again, and if it continues to be a lingering problem, and it looks as if this could be something he just has to deal with the rest of his career, which is kind of the concern right now. It hasn't gotten to that stage because it was just one season of consistent nonstop ankle injuries. A lot of people, along with myself, are thinking when he first tweaked his ankle, when he first rolled it, he never properly recovered. James Harden's still on the team. He wants to win. He wants to be there for his teammates. And so I don't think he ever really fully recovered. And I think he just kind of kept playing on an injured ankle, on a not 100% ankle. And that's why you have this kind of situation of he kept tweaking it. So I don't think Christian Wood's going to have ankle injuries or ankle concerns for the rest of his career. I think that was just a one-year type of thing because he never got healthy. But in a world where Christian Wood's ankle was extremely bad and he was getting injured at least 3-4 times a season, I think you got to look into this trade, or at least look into a trade of sorts for Christian Wood before it's too late, if that were to happen. But the likelihood of that, I'm going to put it at less than 5%. So it's really just like a doomsday situation. That's going to be it for today. Let me know your thoughts on this trade. I'm sure there are some Rocket fans who would be down to do this trade. If you're a Hornets fan, let me know if you would be down to do this trade as well. But I'm going to go ahead and give it a thumbs down.